Do you know that 1/3 of Americans feel dissatisfied with their lives right now? That is 100 million people. So I want you to take a millisecond right now, and I want you to think about what you want. You. And I want you to be selfish. What do you want? And here's the deal. I don't want it to sound good to other people. Being healthy will not get your ass on a treadmill. Losing your man boobs so you could hook up with somebody? Now that's motivation. So I want to know, what do you want? Do you want to lose weight? Do you want to triple your income? Do you want to start a nonprofit? Do you want to find love? What is it? We live in the most amazing moment in time. So that thing that you have up here, whatever it may be, you want to use healthy eating to cure your diabetes. You want to figure out how to take care of the elders and start a new hospice center. You want to move to Africa and build a school. Guess what? You could walk into a bookstore right now and buy at least 10 books written by credentialed experts on how the hell you do it. You could Google it, and you could probably find at least, I don't know, 1,000 blogs documenting the step-by-step transformation that somebody else is already doing. Somebody else is already doing it. So why don't you have what you want? When you have all the information that you need, you have the contacts that you need, there are probably free tools online that allow you to start a business or join a group or do whatever the heck you want. So why don't you have what you want? It all comes down to one word. And of course, you know, I'm talking about the word fine. How you doing? Oh, I'm fine. Oh, really? You are? Dragging around those extra 40 pounds and fine? Feeling like roommates with your spouse and you're fine? You haven't had sex in 4 months, you're fine? Really? The bigger issue with fine is that you say it to yourself. That thing that you want, I guarantee you, you've convinced yourself that you're fine not having it. That's why you're not pushing yourself. It's the areas in your life where you've given up, where you've said, oh, I'm fine. My mom's never going to change, so I just can't have that conversation. I'm fine. You know, we got to wait until the kids graduate before we get divorced. I'm fine. I lost my job. I can barely pay my bills. But see, here's the deal with saying that you're fine. It's actually genius. Because if you're fine, you don't have to do anything about it. You're going to describe the experience of being alive as fine? Scientists have calculated the odds of you being born. And they took into account all of the wars and the natural disasters and the dinosaurs and everything else. And do you realize that the odds of you being born at the moment in time he was born to the parents you were born to with the DNA structure that you have, 1 in 400 trillion. You're not fine, you're fantastic. You have life-changing ideas for a reason. All day long you have ideas that could change your life, that could change the world, that could change the way that you feel. And every time you have an idea, what do? Boop, we all have the inner snooze button. What's the first decision you made this morning? I bet it was to go back to bed. In any area of your life that you want to change, any, there's one fact that you need to know. You're never going to feel like it. No one's coming. Scientists call it activation energy. That's what they call the force required to get you to change from what you're doing on autopilot to do something new. So try this test tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, set your alarm for 30 minutes earlier. And then when it goes off, take those sheets, throw them off, and stand up and start your day. No snooze, no delay. You will come face to face with the physical and I mean physical force that's required to change your behavior. Do you think that somebody who needs to lose weight ever feels like going on a diet? Of course not. Do you think they ever feel like eating boiled chicken and peas? The activation energy required to get your ass away from your computer and out your front door to go on the walk you said that you were going to go on is the exact same amount of force that it takes you to push yourself out of a warm bed and into a cold room. When you become 18, nobody tells you that it's now going to be your job to parent yourself. And by parent yourself, I mean it's your job to make yourself do the crap you don't want to do so you can be everything that you're supposed to be. And you're so damn busy waiting to feel like it. And you're never going to. And even when you get good at something, you'll figure out something else you don't want to do. It's very, very simple to get what you want. But it's not easy. You have to force yourself. And I mean force. One side of your brain is autopilot and the other side is emergency brake. That's the only two speeds you get. Autopilot, emergency brake. And guess which one your brain likes better? Autopilot. And the problem with your mind is that anytime you do anything that's different from your normal routine, guess what your brain does? Emergency brake. And it has that reaction for everything. Anything that's a break from your routine is going to require force. When we become adults and we spend so much time trying to push our life into some sort of stable routine, and then we grow bored of it. You wake up at, the same time every day, you have largely the same breakfast, you drive to work the same way, you show up at work, you look busy, you avoid making calls, you update Facebook, you attend a meeting and doodle the whole time, you go back and update Facebook, you make plans for the evening, you look busy some more, then you drive home the same way, eat largely the same dinner, or, variety of it. You watch the same kind of media, and then you go to bed and do the same thing all over again. No wonder you're bored out of your mind. I think when you feel stuck or dissatisfied in your life, it's a signal. And it's not a signal that your life is broken. It's a signal that one of your most basic needs are not being met. Your need for exploration. Everything about your life, about your body, grows. Your cells regenerate, your hair, your nails, everything grows through your entire life. And your soul needs exploration and growth. And the only way you'll get it is by forcing yourself to be uncomfortable. Forcing yourself to get outside, out of your head. If you're in your head, you're behind enemy lines. In fact, if I put a speaker on it and we broadcast what you say to yourself, you would not hang out with people that talk to you the way you talk to yourself. So get out of your head. Your feelings are screwing you. I don't care how you feel. I care about what you want. And if you listen to how you feel when it comes to what you want, you will not get it. Because you will never feel like it. And you need to get outside your comfort zone. It's not about taking risks, it's about getting outside your comfort zone. Those first 3 seconds when you push yourself out of bed, they blow. That experience that you had where you had the impulse to do it, and then you didn't do the activation energy required to force yourself, your emergency brake got pulled. Boom. Get outside. That's where the magic is. That's where the 1 in 400 trillion exists. Your mind can process a facial expression in 33 milliseconds. If you have one of those little impulses that are pulling you, if you don't marry it with an action within 5 seconds, you pull the emergency brake and kill the idea. Kill it. If you have the impulse to get up and come dance while the band is playing, if you don't stand up in 5 seconds, you're going to pull the emergency brake. You were inspired by somebody's speech today. and you don't do something within 5 seconds, write a note, send yourself a text. Your problem isn't ideas, your problem is you don't act on it. You're doing it to yourself. Stop it. I'm counting on you. 1 in 400 trillion. You got stuff to do. And it's not going to happen in your head. So I want you to practice this today. I want you to practice the 5-second rule. You see somebody and you think, you have that impulse, they look interesting. Walk over there. You were inspired by somebody and you have a request, make it. You can have what you want, but you need to walk over. You need to open your mouth and you need to make the request. You got it? Good.